Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to finally conclude our talk about Lego Batman and... Wait, hold on. This don't look like Batman. And honestly, this guy don't look like Superman. Who are these guys? Oh yeah, that's right. Because we're not talking about Batman today, or any of the other DC heroes. Nah, today is going to be solely focused on the villains. And these guys, they ain't the only villains we're going to be taking a look at. It's the road to Legacy of the Dark Knight, and this is the fourth and final part of the Lego Batman Retrospective.
Insignificant specks.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the lounge. Well, we finally made it. The final part of this Lego Batman retrospective. Only this time, it isn't about Batman, or any of the other iconic fan favorite DC heroes that we know and love. No, ladies and gentlemen, this game that we're looking at is focused heavily on the supervillains of the DC Universe. The Rogues Gallery to our favorite heroes. Lex Luthor, the Joker, Cheetah, Reverse Flash, Black Adam, Gorilla Grodd, and many more. There's also the inclusion of these imposters, the Crime Syndicate. Lego DC Supervillains strays away from the regular formula of heroes taking on the bad guys, and instead lets the antagonist become the protagonist throughout a majority of the game. And you want to know the best part? They reinvented the character creator, making one of the most fun and nostalgic parts of any Lego game be a core factor in the game's main plot. Speaking of plot, what is the story of this game? Let's dive in.
Hold it right there, you vile villains of villainy!
Huh?
Who are you?
I am Ultraman, and these are my friends. The Justice Syndicate, Owlman, Superwoman, Grid, Johnny Quick, Power Ring, and Sea King.
There's something really familiar about these guys.
We're here to help.
I won't explain the full plot. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version, as well as the comic that this game is loosely based on. Lego DC Villains still has the same superheroes, but they are pushed to the side for most of this game's story. We follow the arch enemies of our favorite world's finest duo, Alexander Luthor and the Clown Prince of Crime himself. We also follow a new mysterious character, the player character. We'll come back to them later. Basically, to skip over a few sections, when a bunch of chaos was starting to happen, we see the arrival of a new group of heroes, or heroes in quotation marks. The Justice Syndicate. These guys aren't who you think. They definitely aren't heroes. And they don't fight for justice. We see them teleport the Justice League away. The Syndicate are here to take the place of the League and frame them as criminals. Meanwhile, the villains of the main DC universe, along with our mystery character, all band together to figure out the true intentions of the Syndicate. Throughout the story, we see our favorite sinister masterminds and their many allies fight against other heroes, like the Teen Titans, Shazam, and so on and so forth. Take on members of the Crime Syndicate, and eventually take the fight far out into the cosmos, where they will have no choice but to once again align themselves with the real heroes, the Justice League, to defeat a much larger multi-universal menace in the form of Darkseid. If you're like me, and you're a big comic book lover like I am, you start to see that this story is taking heavy inspiration from the mid-2010s DC Comics 7-issue storyline, appropriately titled Forever Evil. That storyline was completely centered around the villains of DC and Batman fighting the Crime Syndicate. Who are the Crime Syndicate? An evil alternate version of the iconic Justice League team. Instead of Batman, you have a fascistic, nihilistic criminal named Owlman. Instead of Superman, you have a power-hungry Kryptonian named Ultraman. You get the idea. So clearly, TT Games looked at that story and made it the base for this game. It is a good story. Not perfect, but for it being a loose adaptation of a comic book arc, I think they did pretty well. And it also is a nice feature that there's a customizable player character as the audience surrogate protagonist. Yes, you heard that correctly. And that leads us into the gameplay segment. The gameplay, once again, is mostly the same LEGO game formula, so there's nothing new in regards to the actual gameplay. But there is one thing that's different: the character customizer. For the first time ever, in any LEGO game, your created character is part of the main plot and can be used throughout the entirety of the game. This is big, because like I already said, no other LEGO game before this one took a big leap in making the customized characters be part of the main campaign. Not a single one. So for the very first time, you can create your own character, and they will be involved in some of the game's major plot points. Also, the character creator itself has been reworked, giving you a lot more options and freedom when creating your custom minifig hero or villain. This is the game's biggest selling point, in my opinion, because this is easily the best version of the character creator in any LEGO game ever made. And I mean that. The amount of variety and options it gives you with this creator, it's almost, keyword on almost, limitless. Like, for real, this is probably some of the best that TT Games has ever done with the character customizer in any of their games, and I applaud LEGO DC Villains for giving us this and making it a major thing throughout the main story mode. As for the roster and hub worlds, the game's roster, not counting DLC, is pretty big. Got some really cool fan favorites in here. I personally like that they included Steppenwolf, Darkseid's general, as a playable villain. He's an underrated character in the comics in my opinion. The hub worlds aren't so bad either. There's 4 of them to explore: Metropolis, Gotham City, Smallville, and Apocalypse. Gotham has some individual sections to it: the main city, Arkham Asylum, Joker's amusement park, and the swamp. Are these the best hub worlds in the LEGO DC game series? Well, I'll let you decide that. But I won't lie, it is fun to explore these areas. LEGO DC Supervillains, to me, is probably the best LEGO DC game since LEGO Batman 2. It has the best character creator you could ask for, the best lineup of playable characters, and it feels like a definitive closing chapter for these games altogether. It's an underrated gem that honestly should be given more credit. And if I'm gonna be real with y'all, this is probably, before Legacy of the Dark Knight, this is probably the last good LEGO game that Traveler's Tales put out. And this came out in 2018. They've had some, let's just say, disappointments since then. And we had, there was an Incredibles game, but I think that came out before this one. That, looking back, that wasn't as good. There was a There was a game based off the sequel to the Lego movie, and that definitely was not worth it. And then there was the Skywalker saga, and that's not bad, but it probably doesn't hold up well today. So, in my opinion, this was truly like their last really good Lego game. But still, if you have not played Lego DC Supervillains yet, you should. It's worth your time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally concluded the Lego Batman Retrospective. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Part of me was thinking of, just with everything that's been happening in my life lately, a part of me was thinking that maybe I should just cancel this video. Maybe I shouldn't even maybe just not even put it out and just leave it with the 3 parts that I have already. But I said, nope, Jordan, just keep pushing forward. Just keep going for it. Just find the time and the space that you need to just make sure that everything is put together nicely. And lo and behold, we finally did it. But yeah, as far as new videos go, I'm gonna be uploading a little bit less. Here's the thing. I'm probably going to have to get a new device to edit my videos on, and maybe even new editing software. But we'll find out what happens within the next month or two, and I'll keep you guys updated as to when I'll be posting regularly again. I'll still do like YouTube shorts. I'll still do like maybe a reaction video here and there, just to give you guys something. But yeah, you're not gonna be seeing like a consistent 3 to 4 videos a month with me, just because of like all the things that's been happening with me lately. So yeah, expect a slowdown for videos. But hey, at the time you're watching this video, Evo Las Vegas, the fighting game tournament, is this weekend, and there's going to be some exciting reveals there. Hopefully, maybe I might do a reaction or two from something that happens there. And yeah, until then, I will see you guys next time. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, join the lounge, leave a comment, tell me what you thought. And yeah, that's all from me. This has been your boy JCG. God bless. I'm out. Deuces.